Yo, it's definitely Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again, you dig? Hey, man, we in the building tonight, man. We're going to talk about Alpo Martinez, Dice Games in Brooklyn. You know, his whole movement during that time in that era. We got no other than Zeke Black on the line. Y'all can go follow Zeke Black on Instagram as well as YouTube. If you don't see him on the Zeke Black, look up on Feed the Wolves. Feed the Wolves hashtag, people. So let's get started, man. We're gonna bring in Zeke Black. How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, money, man. I'm in the building. No, shout out to East Harlem. I appreciate you for having me on the platform. Yeah, we in the building, man. We in the building, man. You have a
No
great show
doubt.
for y'all lined up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely have a great show lined up for y'all tonight.
Dope. So like when it come to Alpo Martinez, and the whole thing with, right now, like a lot of people from Brooklyn, they just say that Alpo Martinez is not welcome. So but you saying that one point in time Alpo was welcome in Brooklyn.
Um, there were some cats, some official OGs from Brooklyn that was getting money in my projects in East Harlem, and there's plenty of times after the whole, I'm talking about DC Alpo, where he actually was rolling dice with them. You know what I'm saying? Big dice games in the projects, and nobody was taking a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think everybody in Brooklyn hated him. You know what I'm saying? Because the actual guys that he was actually rolling dice with was going to war with cats in those projects. So with Poe coming through and suppose this hate everybody had for him, somebody would have took a shot. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's untouchable, but when he used to come through, he wasn't coming through with security. He wasn't coming through with 4 or 5 cats. He wasn't coming through with a whole mob of cats. It was just be him by himself out there rolling dice with him, JJ, and his cat named ATM in Washington. You know what I'm saying? So that I got to physically see, because I've been at those dice games, that not everybody hated him at that point in time. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So like during that time frame, what was going on? You say he had just came back from DC. Like, did anybody like what the word on the streets was about Alpo in that particular time?
Back then it was, the feds was on to him. The whole Rich Porter situation. Everybody was saying back then that he allegedly, assassinated Rich Porter, and that was it. It wasn't even talk. That was so funny. Nobody was talking that Demencio talk, and so he started talking about that. Like that wasn't even a conversation. That's the crazy part about it. Like nobody was really talking about that. Like he killed Demencio, a cat named Demencio in DC. That really wasn't a conversation. Even, you know what I'm saying? Like that became a conversation after he started doing like Fed Magazine and the K Slay interviews. Nobody was talking about that, bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you firsthand, brother. That was not a conversation. Only thing that people were saying was, how he used to go to the West Side, and everybody assumed that he has to do with Rich passing away. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. And so what was going on? Like doing even with that. So like you saying that this was after the fact. This is during the time when he pretty much got the feds on him. So like when it come to Alpo, like what was East Harlem? How was East Harlem treating him as well? You know what I'm saying? Just all through New York.
Plenty of times I was out there, he'd pull up in big cars. Plenty of times I was out there, he stopped on the corner, talk to the big bosses. You know what I'm saying? like dudes had love for him. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like dudes, it hurt a lot of dudes. It hurt their heart when they heard that he was telling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like a winner. He was a winner for going to the West Side, finding his way, going to DC and getting that money. Like, people was actually happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a drug game, but people was happy for him.
So when Harlem found out that you know, he was going to take the stand or whatever he was going to do with them guys that he snitched on, how was Harlem feeling at that point?
Well, the East Side dude, his day ones was hurt because he wasn't raised that way. You know what I'm saying? So dudes was hurt. A lot of dudes just heard about that. Like, damn, Poe told. You know what I'm saying? Like, he telling. You know what I'm saying? But they never felt like he was going to tell on them. Like, that wasn't a conversation. That was never a conversation. Like, he never felt that. Like, he never said that, yo, like, dudes wasn't removing packs out the crib. Dudes wasn't relocating. Like, nothing changed. So, you know what I'm saying? They just was like, yo, I heard he telling us some cats in DC. That was a conversation, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So yeah, so that was on a conversation. So when it came to like doing business with him though, you think that people stopped doing business with him or
Well, he got caught already, so it was over. It wasn't like he bailed out. So once he got caught, that's when the rumors started circulating that he told on Wayne Perry. You know what I'm saying? That's when them rumors came out, like, oh, he's telling on them DC cats. But before that, dudes were still doing business with him before he got caught. You know what I'm saying? Because he never bailed out. Like, when he got caught, he got caught. You know what I'm saying?
no? I got you. So when it came to at the end of the day, you still had people supporting him, like during that era. What people in the entertainment industry was still supporting him, even though because you had Feds magazine doing interviews with him, you had all these different big publications doing interviews with him. Who was really in support of him when it came to the entertainment industry, since he was so much a part of it in the 80s?
Well, before he got caught, everybody loved him. He's what when we say rappers want to be like drug dealers, he's what people was trying to mimic. People want to be like Poe. People want to drive cars like Poe. People wanted to dress like him. People want to talk like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Like, before he got locked up, dudes really wanted to be like Alpo. You know what I'm saying? And he really had a major influence on hip hop because, you know what I'm saying? He had an influence on Keith Sweat. He had a heavy influence on, Teddy Riley and Guy. Just the way that they was dressing. Like, a lot of people used to try to at least not dress like Poe, but try to match his look. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So did them same people end up, pretty much then come out for his support after he pretty much was labeled as a snitch? That support went away.
But when I was hearing, a couple of rappers' families were still hollering at him. Like, a lot of people publicly didn't want to have his name come. You know what I'm saying? There's it was bad for business to be like, yeah, I'm going to go see Alpo. You know what I'm saying? So, it was people who still have love for him. They just don't show it publicly. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely understand that, man. I understand that because I'm just trying to figure out though, like, so like his name still being able to live on. Like, somebody had to been supporting him. Like, even like with the movie Paid in Full, Dame Dash, you do got K Slay. Like, somebody still got to be supporting him behind the scenes because big things are still happening even to this day.
Yes. Like Paid in Full, they couldn't do Paid in Full without Alpo. K Slay got one of the realest street stories out. But he said he killed Rich Porter. To be honest with you, yeah, there's a lot of people that support him. They just don't want to do it publicly because, you know, nobody wants to be labeled as in dealing with somebody who told on somebody. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, behind the scenes, he had all the love in the world. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, dudes are in his presence and are still starstruck because Alpo is more of a star. You know what I'm saying? He's more like a star to people. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of cats. That's why you see one interview, one dude said, "Yo, I was in the club with him, and he slapped me 5 like it was still love." So he's still a star to most. He gave people a style to run with. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of times, man, if you in the streets, we all are a victim of somebody telling on us. Like me, when I went to jail, of course somebody told on me. So of course, I don't condone somebody who tells. You see what I'm saying? But he's more of a star than what 8% of the internet's called that calls him a rat. Be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? He still go to these big dinners. He's still running around being who he is. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the internet didn't make Alpo. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't really, I don't think he really cares how the internet feels about him. You know what I'm saying? Because when he goes into these events he go to, he gets all the love in the world.
Yeah, that's some of the like when his son was Paparazzi Po was speaking on the Queen's Flip interview. He was talking about like a lot of behind the scenes guys still in full support of him. And the thing is, like, when it come to Paparazzi Po, and like the whole thing that he could have kept it a secret that Alpo was his father. Do you think that he did the right thing by telling the general public that's his father, trying to pursue a rap career?
Yo, you know what's so funny? You're gonna laugh at this. He really wasn't doing that, bro. It was grown men that was talking about that's Alpo's son. I was locked up with grown men. He wasn't lying about that. It was grown men that was blowing the spot up, bro. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like grown men were starstruck that was Alpo's son, bro. Grown men. This is grown men having conversations like, yeah, Alpo's son was in Green, I heard. Yeah, Alpo's son was in Elmira. But grown men. Remember what he said in the Queen's Flip interview. He called himself Shine Po because the rapper Shine. You know what I'm saying? That's who Shine calls himself, Shine Po. You know what I'm saying? He ain't called himself Po because of his pops, because he never knew his pops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you said, yeah. I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Does Alpo? Somebody coming in on the question that says, does Alpo have money to this day? What you think about that? Like Alpo still having money to this day?
Yeah. He still got a bag because he invested in a lot of people's music career. That's why behind the scenes he's still for president. A lot of people that was coming up in his music stuff, he did a lot of favors. So them favors come back sometime. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not struggling. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not struggling, and that federal check that he's possibly getting is not gonna be paying his bills. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he good money.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, that's what a lot of people wanted to know. Like they still see him. Like with the little piece that had dropped with Troy Reed. They seen him in some sort of penthouse apartment. Driver picking him up in SUV, still living like a rapper. And it's like with this type of energy that's going on, you got the Alpo. And he's still definitely doing his thing today. Then you got possibly Tekashi 6ix9ine coming home and doing his thing. So, like, what type of messages is it leaving for the generation, or is it leaving a message at all, like where, you know, it's just best not to do crime at all, right?
I would say basically it's best not to do crime, because now the media is taking over the streets. You know what I'm saying? The streets ain't what the streets used to be now. You know what I'm saying? So now the media, because the bag is where the media is at, the bag is allowing, you know, like prime example, 6ix9ine, he's gonna get the bag. And he's gonna get security, and that's gonna take the position of we're gonna protect 6ix9ine behind the scenes, and they're gonna get to a bag. And as long as he don't get punched in the face at a concert or chased around, he's good money. You know what I'm saying? That's just what's going on now. The music industry is changing the rules of the streets. Like Alpo, a Alpo movie come out tomorrow. It's gonna be a top selling movie tomorrow. Right now, but Alpo made a movie, the Alpo story. It's gonna be a blockbuster because Alpo's been in conversation since 1989, bro. 89. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Since 1989. So even with that being said, like him being able to still produce some sort of product. What type of product? Because like the product that they produced with Trey Reed, you know, it left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth. You know, from like the comments. You know, you even seen some media outlets even sticking up and saying some things about it. So like, what type of approach would you think that, you know what I'm saying, to probably be going in his favor, you know, considering all the things that he's up against?
And I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, man. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, man. For all those comments that was on there, you know why the reenactment was done for? It wasn't meant for the media, like Troy Reed said, but the world. See, there's a generation that want to see that. That want to know how did he kill Rich Porter. I'm sorry to tell you that. There's a whole generation. Nah, brother. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole generation of people that wanted to see, yo, Poe, how did you kill Rich? I'm sorry to tell you that. It's an older generation. It's an older generation that really want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's coming, like you said, that's not really so much of the new generation who's a little bit more you know, they're a little bit more against graphic material, but sort of you saying that was for the older fan base, them people who was with them back when the Feds magazine first dropped.
It was, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, to me, it wasn't good money, but it was for my generation, bro. It was for the 40+ crowd that wanted to know how did he do that to Rich Porter. Sorry to say that. Rest in peace, Rich Porter. Because that's been a conversation since Rich Porter died, bro. Everybody wanted to know how did he kill Rich. Because once he said why he killed them, now they're actually so graphic of how he did it. You know what I'm saying? It's foul, but it's a God on the suit. You know what I'm saying? There's a generation that want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I know the younger generation, they probably like, oh, it's crazy, boom, boom, boom. But there's an older generation that for years, there was inquiring minds that we want to know, how did he kill Rich, and did he really kill Rich? So basically, when he stole what he did, it confirmed to a bunch of people that he just wasn't gossiping, that he really killed Rich Porter. He just wasn't saying it for views. You know what I'm saying?
No, no doubt, no doubt. And like somebody was saying in the comments, you know, like you know, to not have internet around and still for people to be saying your name from, you know, within the tri-state, you know, it's kind of crazy, right? Or people to be even, you know, starting to dress like you, then you look back and you see some of the style. It's like, wow, it's just crazy. That's with no internet.
Yes, it was a fact. He created something that became a coast to coast thing. His style. I mean, a lot of people, Gucci, Dapper Dan was out. Shout out to Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan been popping. But Alpo was like the face for Dapper Dan. That's the name that Poe went shopping in. It was like, and you know what I'm saying? the rooftop. When you speak of the rooftop, you do talk about Rich and Abel. When everybody talk about the rooftop, there's always Alpo. Yo, Alpo was having chicks on videotapes. Alpo pulled up with big cars. Alpo was out there popping on cats. So Alpo name always superseded the other bosses out there. When you speak of Willie Burgers, yeah, Po was out there with the big cars, big dice games, Alpo. So everything that we shout Harlem, when we shout, talk about Harlem in the classic days, is always Alpo name on the forefront at that point in time. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And you know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of times people go out, people glorifying people that's telling and all that, but nobody's glorifying it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats are just not used to hearing something that's real. So it's because it's easy to go, yeah. It doesn't matter all that he did, but he told. It does matter because 17 people are dead. They're not coming back. So it doesn't matter if he told, bro. I mean, it does matter if he told, but it's not like you'll say him telling takes away from everything he did. How? Rich Ford ain't come back yet. You hear me? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Let's start being politically correct when we say these things. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes nothing away from anything he's done. Because those 17 dead bodies is not coming back no time soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So let me ask you a question. So when it comes to, you know, just like the Paparazzi Po thing, he was just on Queens Flip, and you know, different people that it's even channels out here that's dedicated to covering Alpo Martinez, and it's like, with that being said, like how do people move forward? Like, is people saying that they don't want to get an interview from him because he's a rat? Then there's people who saying that they want the history. So like when there's people like Queens Flip and he was to do an interview with Alpo, or just like he just did the interview with his son, you got people in the comments saying that he's a rat lover and all these different things. So like, do you think that does that matter? Like far as like him getting his message out there going forward?
It doesn't matter. I mean, how do you call somebody a rat lover? He doesn't know Alpo personally. You know what I'm saying? The story's great. I mean, you know what? There's a lot of dudes that we know that got a lot of money. And there's a lot of dudes that we know that got money whose names are on photo arrays, whose names was in people's homicides. So a lot of times, a lot of information don't get leaked about a lot of these so-called big bullies and hustlers, but a lot of them wasn't as solid as these other guys keep running around screaming about other names. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? What I'm saying is, if Queens Flip want to interview Alpo, how does it hurt you if Alpo didn't affect your life? You dig what I'm saying? If Alpo doesn't affect my mother, my cousin, principles and morals, I really went to jail for selling crack. I ain't go to jail for robbing cab drivers or snatching a chain or jumping somebody and somebody got hurt by accident. I really went to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what telling had done to my career, but the button is if Alpo goes to Queens Flip and tell a story, how does that hurt me? You know what I'm saying? You just got some dudes, man. Let me tell you something, bro. You got some dudes that are just jealous of names, bro. They're just jealous of names. They never matched up to nothing in the game. So, okay, yeah, he a rat. I don't want to hear his story, so you don't have to hear it. But don't tell the world not to hear the story. You feel me?
No,
Does
no
it matter?
doubt. I think that when it comes to that, it's definitely, I think that because here's the thing. When it's all said and done, you're gonna have people like CNN, you're gonna have Fox, you're gonna have Inside Edition, you're gonna have Live TV, you're gonna have all these big platforms crawling over, you know what I'm saying, what's going on when it comes to the Alpo story. So a person like Queens Flip, like why wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, y'all just, you know, why wouldn't you let him rock? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? Because like I said, somebody else gonna be able to do it and they not gonna be necessarily maybe a part of the culture. We're not talking about Vlad, but you know, CNN it's a good look for him. But you seen what CNN did to the last Harlem dude. You know what I'm saying? The last couple of them that went viral. It was Dame Dash and you know what I'm saying, Cameron. So, you know.
I'll give you a good example. Sammy the Bull. There's multi-million selling books about Sammy the Bull. There's movies on Sammy the Bull that we all watch. You understand what I'm saying? We all watch the Sammy the Bull story. We ain't sit there and go, yo, he told on Gotti and the rest of them cats, I live by principles and morals and my integrity. We watch those movies. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, you got dudes that still look up to Sammy the Bull. You dig what I'm saying? Like Sammy the Bull daughter was on Mob Wives, bro. You hear me? So
Right.
what I'm getting at is you just got a bunch of dudes that just want to be heard. So when you want to be heard, you throw things out there to be heard, and you act like it means something. You dig what I'm saying? Because why would you be mad at Queen's Flip for interviewing Alpo? Well, like, what does it matter? If you sat down for 2 hours to watch a Sammy the Bull movie, then why you can't watch the Alpo story for? You know what I mean? Sammy the Bull told.
Right.
How many cats can say they read the Sammy? How many cats can say that they was up north and I read the Sammy the Bull book, the book that Sammy the Bull wrote? So you can take the time out to do that. But you'll sit around on the internet all day. Oh, Alpo's a rat bastard, and I'm not dealing with cats to deal with rats. Boom, boom, boom. Bro, you're living in a fantasy. You just want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I could gladly say that out of the crew of 20 cats we never told. We all did our time. We you know what I'm saying? My crew, PC 131. You know what I'm saying? There's no rats on my team. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And but there's a bunch of people that's interested in the Alpo story. And I think it's very interesting. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely understand that. So, like, when it comes to Paparazzi Po, you know, it's a famous line from, you know, a Philly guy by the name of Meek Mills. He goes and he says that if your father's a rat, that makes you a mouse. And, you know, we seen since then we have been seeing King Gardner using that exact line towards you know, Paparazzi Po. So, like, when with that being said, like, if your family member is a rat, does that necessarily make you a rat, especially when it's pertaining to your father?
You know why? Because that has nothing to do with what your dad did. It has nothing to do with that. Whatever your father do, that's what your father do. That doesn't mean it's your talent. That sounds crazy. So I want to ask you a question. When Slow Bucks got beat up at Summer Jam and they took his chain and he wanted to sue, I think 50 Cent, that's telling, bro. You know what I mean? Meek Mills, that's his man still, right? No disrespect to Meek. That's what I'm saying. Dudes pick and choose, they fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We have to be politically correct here. When Slow Bucks went to sue 50 Cent about that chain, that was a moment of cooperation. I ain't seen Meek Mills say fuck Slow Bucks.
That's a
You know
big fact. That's a big fact.
He ain't go mad slow. I ain't fucking with you. I do with principles and integrity. So a lot of these rap cats, because it works, it sells, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? But they pick and choose what they deem is real and fake. That's why we got to tell the youth, you got to stop listening to dudes that's confused. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say no disrespect to Meek Mills, but Meek, you know, you don't jack. I forgot he's arguing 50, calling 50 a rat, and whatever the case may be. All right, we get it. But your man was about to sue 50 for getting his chain yapped. You know what I'm saying? That's cooperating. Right. You gotta tell the police something. That's what I mean, B.
No, you know what's crazy, and like you speaking on that, like I had totally forgot about that situation, and that situation is absolutely a fact. He actually went on the campaign with his lawyer. You know, they was on the Breakfast Club. You know, a few different media outlets saying how, you know, 50 Cent allegedly robbed them during that particular event at Summer Jam.
Exactly. So it's like we can't pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I think Paparazzi Po should be heard in hip hop. He raps, he rhymes from the culture. He never knew Alpo growing up. Remember, when he was growing up, he grew up under a whole nother generation, the Bloods. He broke the whole story down. He don't know Po. He's getting to know Alpo now. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know. He knows nothing about. Only thing he know about Alpo is what people tell him. Was telling him about his pops. Some good, some bad. He grew up under Bloods, 9 Trey, 1-8 Trey, OG Mac, P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? 183rd and all that. You know what I'm saying? Old Dog and the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up under. He didn't grow up under Rich Porter, AZ, Whip Wop, Tone Capone, Gangsta Lou. So you understand what I'm saying? He doesn't know that life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just think that people should give Paparazzi a chance. Like I think that they should give Queen's Flip a chance. Like Queen's Flip has the right to ask, you know, and you know what? Queen's Flip, if you do get an Alpo interview, just don't ask them West Side stories, ask them East Side stories. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on. Tell us when the pen goes. I think it's because he keeps trying to distance himself from his pops. So why take his name if you didn't want to associate yourself with him? Should have had a different name. He said that he named himself after Sean Po. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe he named himself after that? I met Paparazzi Po because when I came home from jail, he had just came home and we both was going to the same drug program for parole. And he never lived up his, like he wasn't, like we had grown men and they're like, that's Alpo's son right there. He wasn't living up his father's strength. I got to see that personally. You dig what I'm saying? Right. But if that's his pops and he want to get to know his pops, you know, it's not our position to say, yo, because your father did whatever he did to Wayne Perry, don't deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes want fathers in their lives, dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good point.
Some dudes want fathers, man. Some dudes don't care. You see what I'm saying? Some dudes, you know what I'm saying? He never had a father. He had big homies all his life. So it's different for Paparazzi Po. All his life, he had Bloods in his life. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So that's all it is. But I respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Tell us the pen. You know what I'm saying? I definitely respect it. But what he was saying today was, I sort of felt that growing up in Nicky Barn era. My mom's was young too. My pops wasn't there, so my mom's had like the hustlers in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up under the residue of Nicky Barnes. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, my mom's is young. You know what I'm saying? So just wanting my father in my life was like, I really wanted somebody that was structured in my life. I never had that. So I just grew up as a product of my environment because of that. You see what I'm saying? So I understand what he's talking about as a growth. He knows nothing about his father but what people say. He's probably getting to know more about Po now than anything else. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. It's just like, with this whole story, you know, like you'll be like, I'm gonna tell you this, right? I don't mean because it's just a lot going in my mind right now at one time, but when we watched this story coming from Chicago, a lot of the guys that I knew in my neighborhood who watched this story, a lot of people didn't really even watch until the end, because it wasn't until like, I would say maybe mid 2000s when people really realized that he had cooperated at the end of the movie, because they never watch. Like, it's people who will hit the movie on replay, but they never watch the full movie, you know. And I just think it's quite interesting that they act like they don't want the story no more.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you know why? Because people want to hear Alpo now. They don't, because he became an icon. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to say this. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he became an icon. Some dudes become icons. And once you become an icon, people don't care about the discrepancies that might be in your history. You know what I'm saying? He became an icon. No matter what you say about Suge Knight, he's an icon. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we say about Tupac, these guys became icons. So when you become an icon, people want to hit. People are attracted to that story. Just like what Will Smith just said. Yo, was you jealous of Pac when it came to your wife in the beginning? Hell yeah, I was jealous of Pac. You see what I'm saying? Nobody expected him to say that. You talking about Will Smith from Philadelphia. Why would you be jealous of Pac for? Because the relationship Pac had with his wife. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, people are just icons, bro. You hear me? People respect icons. And sometimes people want to hear icon story. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to ask you a question, Deputy Cloud Chaser. Who'd have thought that Will Smith would have said that he was jealous of Tupac? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Will Smith jealous of Tupac, and it's like, you know, Will Smith, you know, of course he's still alive. You know, Will Smith is still alive for one, and you know, people could say that he furthered his career past Tupac mainly because he's still alive. You know, that's number one reason.
Yeah, yes. And plus we're talking about Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We're talking about Will Smith, 5 Platinum. We're talking about Will Smith, Independence Day, one of the biggest blockbusters of that time on July 4th. You know what I'm saying? He had no reason to be like, Tupac's a threat. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he was being real. Sometimes, because you know what? Because these icons, we can't forget the icons. And so I just say this, in the drug game, Alpo became an icon. And I know as much as some people may say they hate rats, people want to hear, definitely the older crowd, want to hear the story. They want to hear how you went from being a Puerto Rican from the East Harlem that found their way on the west side of Harlem to get some money, then went to D.C. and became the bank. That's interesting when D.C. was the murder capital of the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, but D.C. was crazy. When that DMV area was a $1 billion drug industry. The DMV, you know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from. And like that being a you know, and it's just like that whole thing, and like what would you lead the people with though, like when it comes to like Alpo's story moving forward, you know, and you know, like the Neil just said, it ain't many dudes that played the game on Alpo and Glaze level. So what can you leave? What can you leave them with?
I think that people should take the time out. If you want to listen to this, if you want to listen to the story, if you want to listen to the story, I think you should listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, it's your choice. It's your human right. You know, just in general in life, man, don't judge people because the way other people might judge somebody. You know what I'm saying? Take the time out to learn somebody. You know what I'm saying? Learn the story. Learn what happened. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we just judge because somebody else start flapping their gums and we get caught right up in the gossip. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that yo man, just you want to see the want to hear the Alpo story, just hear the Alpo story. If you don't deal with rats, don't deal with rats. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But don't put your beliefs on nobody else. That's the issue. Just because you don't want to hear Alpo's story does not mean I don't want to hear Alpo's story. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, party people, shout out to the Deputy Cloud Chaser, shout out to Queen's Flip, G Money, you know, Kareem Johnson, Cosmo Bay, you know, Bullets Gotti, you know what I'm saying? Ice Coleon, the squad, we here, man. Boss, I see you, boss. East Harlem in the building. You know what I'm saying? My Crown TV, my man J.E. Moneybags, Killy Cav, you know what I'm saying? Wildcat, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but love here, man. With that being said, go check out that Paparazzi Po interview, man. I'm Tales from the Pen. Much love to you too, dogs. But you know what I'm saying? With that being said, party people, I'm out of here.
No, that was dope, people. I think that was dope right there. I think that ended up coming out pretty dope. Zeke Black showed us some love. Appreciate y'all. Spivey, I think it's Spivey on the $9.99 donation. Tupac is king, that's for sure, bro. We definitely know that. Whether people like it or not, whether people like it or not, Poe is a legend. Salute on that, fam. And with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. If y'all can come back in, rewatch, you know what I mean? Share this. I appreciate you, man. It's definitely Clout Chaser TV, man. Appreciate the donations, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Showing love, man. Hit that join button if you can, man. Become a member on this channel, man. Support for real. It's like $2, $1.99. Thanks.